Hello and welcome to Clever News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Florence Joshua. Welcome. The federal government has asked the Federal High Court in Abuja to impose the death penalty on Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, following his conviction on 7 counts of terrorism this Thursday. Justice James Omotosho, while delivering the judgment, ruled that the prosecution had proved its case against Kanu beyond reasonable doubt, finding him guilty on all 7 charges. Immediately after the conviction was pronounced, the federal government's lead counsel, Adegboyega SAN, urged the court to impose the maximum penalty prescribed under the Terrorism Prevention Act 2013 as amended. He reminded the court that the law mandates a death sentence for several of the offenses Kanu was convicted of.
As the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, the convict, through his broadcast on Radio Biafra and through the group Armed Wing, the Eastern Security Network, repeatedly attacked Nigeria and took active steps to desegregate the country. By the conviction of Nnamdi Kanu for acts of terrorism, it is clear that justice has been served to the thousands of innocent Nigerians who lost their lives as a result of the inciting broadcast and violent activities of Eastern Security Network. Their blood of those who have died cries to heaven, and God in his mercy has given them justice. Justice has honored their cry. The families of more than 75 security officers who were murdered in the service of their fatherland will now find some comfort in this conviction. Those whose relatives were brutally killed and buried with iconso of the order of the convict here have not died in vain, because justice has been done. My Lord, the record before this court are replete with the losses suffered by citizens of Nigeria residing in the interstates of Nigeria Federation, citizens who, through no fault of their own, were forced to live in fear, had their businesses destroyed, and were reduced to paupers as a result of sit-at-home orders issued by the convict and violently enforced by the commanders of the ESN. Justice has today set them free from oppression and economic strangulation caused by the terrorist activities of the convict. The convict now knows that the law is greater than any individual. Therefore, justice has been done to him too, and that Nigeria has both the power and the capacity to punish anyone who, through deliberate, reckless acts of terrorism, seeks to divide the country by attempting to create the so-called Republic of Biafra by force out of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. My Lord, consequent upon the conviction, as nothing further remains but the lawful imposition of sentence. The punishment prescribed for the offenses in counts 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 is death penalty.
Tension ran high in Iruku Ekiti local government area of Kwara State on Wednesday as angry youth took to the streets, blocking the Ilorin-Kaba highway in protest over a deadly bandit attack on their community. The unrest followed Tuesday night assault on Christ Apostolic Church, where armed attackers stormed an evening service, killing 3 people and abducting at least 10 worshippers. Among the victims was a young girl who suffered a gunshot wound and is said to be in critical condition. The violence sparked widespread outrage, prompting residents to barricade the Kwara-Kogi highway with logs, tires and planks, bringing traffic to a standstill as they demand urgent government action and improved security. The Kwara State Police Command confirmed the incident in a statement by its public relations officer. Responding to both the attack and the protests, Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak condemned the killings and directed security agencies to immediately reinforce their presence in the community and other vulnerable communities in Ekiti State. According to spokesperson Rafiu Ajakaye, the governor also acknowledged President Tinubu's recent approval for the deployment of 900 additional troops to Kwara, noting that the increased security presence had already helped stabilize previously troubled areas. Meanwhile, the Kwara State government has ordered all schools in 4 local government areas to close without delay as violent attacks continue to unsettle parts of Kwara State. The directive affected institutions in Ise, Erepodu, Ifelodu, and Ekiti local government areas after fresh security reports pointed to these rising threats across the border communities. The Nigerian Union of Teachers confirmed the order in a circular signed by its state chairman, Yusuf, who said the union acted strictly on instructions issued by the Ministry of Education and Human Capital Development. The statement described the situation as urgent and warned school heads to comply until further notice. The decision followed Tuesday night's deadly raid on a church in Iroku, Ekiti State local government area, where the attackers killed 3 worshippers and abducted more than 35 residents, prompting renewed calls for a permanent military presence in the area. Governor Abu Kaifa's decision to halt his planned defection has stirred a wave of debate across the state, coming at a time when the community is still reeling from the abduction of schoolgirls. Citing the tragic incident, the governor said it was not a time to marry, prompting many to commend his sensitivity, while others insist the real issue lies in whether he should defect at all. The report. Governor Kaifa's announcement to postpone his defection activities out of respect for the abducted schoolgirls has sparked mixed public reactions. While some Nigerians applauded his gesture, describing it as a sign of compassion and responsible leadership during a period of grief and uncertainty, others have, however, expressed a contrary opinion.
So that is a very good, and we are thanking for him on that, because he shows kindness and empathy to the citizen of the not in Kebbi State, for all the citizens.
It's just a personal interest. He's not sympathizing anything with anybody. Instead of any party, if you want to show that I want to show empathy, he's showing empathy. That's the reason why I don't want to defend that day. Let him go back and put the state in order. Even the party that he belongs to, he should call everybody together and put the party in order. All of them are running and defending to one party. If we have one party state, there will be no opposition in the country. So there's nobody to tell the ruling party the truth, that what you are doing is good or what you are doing is not good.
What the defection is not giving us anything. It's not promoting what they're supposed to do it. You understand? According to the way I understand it, is defection it add more value to the life of the people, or as you know the effect, it will stop him not to do what he's supposed to do for his people. I don't know. So to me, that defection, they have nothing to do to us.
You should not suspend it now. All of them that are at the campaign is fear of unknown. They have nothing to offer. They are just going there so that the APC can deliver them, which unfortunately they can't deliver them. If we capitalizing on this security about the death of general, about the children in KB, it's just a flaming excuses. They have failed and they are afraid of 2027. I want to assure you, they will never come back. Why is he using it as a flaming excuses? The politician should not show sympathy that benefit the public. It's himself. He see, that's what he calls scheming. He just trying to scheme inside the weather. He's contemplating. Will it work or it will not work? But I want to assure you, it will fail there.
Despite divergent opinions, one sentiment remains the same: the urgent demand for the safe return of the abducted schoolgirls and renewed effort to address the region's security challenges. On a sad note, 16 prospective core members from Adeyemi Federal University of Education, Ondo State, have reportedly died in a tragic road accident while traveling to the Gombe NYC orientation camp. According to reports, 2 others from the same institutions are in critical conditions. The students were said to be on board an 18-seater bus headed to the camp when the fatal crash occurred, abruptly cutting short the dreams of the young Nigerians who were set to begin their national service. It was gathered that emergency officials rushed to the scene to recover the bodies and move the injured survivors to a nearby hospital for urgent medical care. Meanwhile, authorities are yet to release an official statement on the cause of the accident. However, investigations are on the way. The incident has cast a dark cloud over the university, where staff, students, and families are mourning the sudden loss. Many have described the tragedy as a devastating blow to the institution and the nation at large. May their souls rest in peace. A man has been accused of beating his 12-year-old daughter to death following a heated argument with his wife in Demso local government area of Adamawa State. According to eyewitnesses, the enraged father allegedly transferred his anger to the child, beating her severely until she became unconscious. It was gathered that the victim was rushed to the hospital, but after several tests and treatment attempts, doctors confirmed her death. The incident triggered outrage in the community, with residents expressing anger and reportedly threatening to attack the man before security intervened. The disturbing incident has drawn fresh attention to the silent surge of domestic violence, claiming lives behind closed doors. Operatives of the Ogun State Police Command have arrested a motorcycle rider identified as Godonu Lowe for allegedly killing his wife and transporting her corpse in an attempt to escape from the community in Ilaro area of the state. The man, who had hidden the corpse of his wife in a sack tied to the back of his motorcycle, was intercepted during the stop-and-search operations on Wednesday. The command spokesperson Omolola Odutola, in a statement made available to newsmen this Thursday, said the suspect was arrested at about 1 p.m. following a credible information. Odutola revealed that the core had marks of violence, bleeding around the neck, adding that blood-stained cutlass was also recovered at the crime scene. Odutola noted that the suspect has been taken into custody and the remains of the victim deposited at the state morgue in Ilaro for preservation and autopsy. The Commissioner of Police, Lanre, while commending the anonymous informants, urged members of the public to continue providing timely and credible information to assist the police in crime prevention and detection, stressing that even the slightest suspicion reported to the police could save lives. And that's the news. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Text, or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Florence Joshua.